Hey! Cut it out. Hello. Welcome to, I forgot. I don't know what day we're on, but it's one of my favorite homeschooling resources ever in all evers, and these are, surprise, surprise, games, right? I've pulled together some of our game library. And it was not my bright idea to use games to homeschool. People have been doing it forever. Lulu! People have been using games forever to teach concepts, but and there's a whole community on Facebook. Check out the Facebook game schooling communities. I'll link it in the comments. But I pulled together some of our geography-centric games today. And I'll start with actually our favorites. Numero uno, favorite family game for the Robertson clan. That is Risk. Not just any Risk, though, because I bet the regular Risk is great as well. But this Risk is Risk 22 AD. And the idea of this game is world domination. Okay, so seriously though, it's world domination, and we are kind of okay with learning about wars and stuff. My kids are not very sensitive to that stuff, so we started playing this. I think this is an adult game, but they probably recommend, I didn't prepare for this at all, they probably recommend that you be 10 and up, but my kids started playing this as the 7-year-old plays now and can follow and understand what's going on. Prior to that, before he could hang, we would put him on a team. So he would be part of a team with an adult, and he got to roll the dice and things like this. What, you may ask, does this have to do with school? I will tell you. This board game has to do with taking over the world and the moon, for that matter. So the kids have learned geography from it, no joke. All the continents, even though some of these are fictional, they're still based on real world geography. They reiterate a lot of the places on the map, and they've learned concepts like, so recently we went to the Holocaust Museum. We're talking about the Cold War and World War I and II and things like that. And so when I was trying to explain to them how a dictator might come into power, they already had a concept of taking time to build up. Lulu, really, seriously, they already had a concept of trying to build up your armies and staging and kind of building up your military before you pursue a war. So the concept of a diplomat and what a diplomat does, what a navy is versus what their specialty is versus an army. All of this was encompassed in this little fun game. And not to mention, most every game has some kind of aspect of math. There's probability, because you have to gauge your risk and reward versus reward for going ahead and rolling. And are you going to take on an army that's much larger than yours? What are the chances that would actually be profitable? And again, it's based on rolls. So the rules are pretty extensive, but what you learn in having to strategize and deal with probability and stuff, number one game. Now this is a long game, so it typically, especially at the beginning, was super long, but it'll take 4 or 5 hours. So a lot of times how we play this is the formal dining room table where nobody actually eats. We would lay it out and just run the game days on end and just leave it set up. There's a lot of little boys love this game because I'll show you. There's little action figures. I bought this little case from the dollar store to help organize it, because otherwise it was all over the place. But you get to set up your little action figures and stuff. This is the nuclear commander, and so little boys love this. Like I said, before he could actually play. My baby would just love, he gets to move the little pieces. So it's a fun family game, and they are actually learning stuff doing it. So our second favorite game for the Robertson family is Ticket to Ride. Okay, anyway, Ticket to Ride, and I'll just show you the back, is you're building, it's set in the 1900s, and you're building train tracks across the United States. So the way that you can obviously be exposed to a lot of different places on the United States, but the way that we insist on playing is that when you want to lay a train track, the goal is to lay train tracks, you have to say, I am playing 5 yellows to go from San Francisco to Salt Lake City. And so I insist that they say the locations so that they can reiterate these different locations in North America. It's from North America, because they go a little bit into Canada too. So this is a really fun game. They have a lot of different versions of this. We got the USA one when we were doing classical conversations. I also used it as a CC review, so I'm sorry guys that aren't doing classical conversations, but those that are, this is a really fun review game, because they would have to answer, I'd associate a color with a topic, so they'd have to answer memory work in order to lay down tiles. So let's say they had 5 pink, and pink for CC is, I associate with Latin. So they'd have to answer 5 Latin questions in order to lay down the train track. Anyway, it made the game longer, but you got to review the memory work. So Ticket to Ride is really fun. They have a lot of different locations. They also have a first ride, but honestly, like, my kids have been playing this. My girls started playing this when they were 5 and 6. If you have the patience to really walk through the rules really slowly at the beginning, I wouldn't bother with Ticket to Ride first ride. I would just get the regular Ticket to Ride. And they have Europe. I'm probably going to get Europe for Christmas, because that's what I do. I get educational stuff for Christmas. But we already have London, because I found it on clearance at Walmart. So yeah, that's our top 2 favorite geography-centric games. I'm showing a couple of more of these. Honestly, Geodice, we've not ever played Geodice, but it's a game for geography, and it's been sitting on my shelf for like 8 years now. So if somebody has played this and they can recommend it, tell me in the comments. Tell me, dude, pull out your game. You need to play it. You need to actually play it, because we really enjoyed it. Or if you didn't, just let me know, and just so I can continue to ignore it. And the last one, Scrambled States of America. Again, we played this when we were doing CC. My kids have pretty much mastered, for the most part, the states, and the girls have mastered the capitals, so we don't do a lot of stuff. I don't spend a lot of time. When we play this game, we would play it together, so I don't spend a lot of time on things that require the United States, because we're doing other stuff now. But if you are focusing on the states, this is a good one as well. And since we're talking about geography games, there's also on the iPad Stack the States and Stack the Countries. Those are fun. iPad and Android, all of those. Anyway, so today is board games. I'm sure I'll do another board game video, because there's some really math concept. Math is a thing that comes up in probability. It's really a good intuitive way of teaching probability. So we love playing games, and my kids think it's just fun, but it's fun and learning. So there you go. Homeschool resource. Thank you again. Like, share, subscribe, all that stuff that people ask you to do on YouTube. Thanks, and I will see you guys tomorrow mañana. Goodbye.